What's up, Jay? Oh, yeah.
And more tune for your head top, so watch how you speak on my name.
Isn't there someone that cleans at night?
Here?
Takes out the trash? Yeah.
Not every night.
Oh.
Twice a week.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter. And all the niggas in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the magazine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. Smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on cotton stock. Way back when I had
What are you doing, Torment?
with the hat to match. Remember rapping the hard, you never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to
Stormy, turn it off.
trade, born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner?
Good morning.
Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning.
Hey, Big Dan and Wendy and Stormy. It's good to see you guys. Sorry I jumped off last night, but I hope it went really well.
That's okay. You got family to take care of. That's all that matters.
Right. That's right.
I'm on my cell phone for just a minute. My computer is currently doing its update thing, so we'll get through it. As long as we keep talking, we can blur out Stormy's music.
Oh, that was him playing. I thought that was from you, Big Dan.
No, my computer decided to do an update as soon as I opened it when I got here about 30 minutes ago, and it says, oh, it'll take 30 minutes. It's like, that's not a problem. And it's still 5 minutes from being done. So that proceeded itself to be cumbersome. But how is everyone this morning?
Good.
Good.
Morning.
Good morning, Miss Robin. Good morning, Wendy.
Good
Morning, Stephanie. Hey, Marcus. So it is Friday.
Hi, Rob.
It is Friday. It is the last day of this work week. for most people, but you're realtors, which means you work 7 days a week if you want to. What are you going to do that's productive today?
I'm gonna make sure I get the roof inspection back today and then coordinate a discussion for the vendor.
I like that. It has been my pleasure lately to have some pretty interesting conversations that drowned around the repairs. Anyone else having a situation where it's become difficult for them to talk to a client about what's realistic in a response to a vendor?
Absolutely.
So, unfortunately, guys, I'm on my cell phone, so I can't see all your faces at once. So, verbal cues are a positive thing. So, how do we handle that? How do we handle an unrealistic expectation? Let me charge the pipe a little bit. Last night at 9 o'clock at night, I finally got my sellers to respond to a vendor request. I sent them over a quote to repair the water heater base, the drywall that's been water damaged and mold affected, the back patio beams, and just a handful of other things. It was about $1,400. And this gentleman, who sounds like he's been in the business a while, you know what I mean, business of living, was like, that's absolutely ridiculous. So I'll just drive from Texas today and I'll take care of it all myself. I was like, okay, great. Well, if you can do that, then let's get it done. He's like, well, that's going to take too long. That's time and effort and drive time. That's like $3,000. I'm sure you guys have been on the call long enough to know where I went with this call, but how would you have handled it?
Well, sir, I appreciate the fact that you're willing to come and do the work. That shows that you're truly invested in this property, and I understand that and appreciate it. However, you just mentioned it would cost you $3,000 to get that done if you were to come and do it. And the figure that we have in front of us is less than half of that. And this is the only thing that's standing between the current situation and getting this house sold for you. So it seems to me that the answer points to, let's go ahead and agree to this. The seller or buyers will be happy with this. This is the last hurdle that we have to go through with negotiating with them. Let's consider getting this done, and that way you don't have to worry about it.
I would have said like that, something along that line, but I would have said, listen, I work with all the vendors out here on a weekly, daily, monthly basis. You're not the only client that I have that needs repairs done, and I'm here to save you time and money. So with that being said, I already have vendors that I work with all the time that can save us the money and then save you the time so you don't have to drive down here. That's it.
Like it. Any other insight? No, it's good. Like, it goes back to that sentence we had a couple weeks back. In an effort to save you time and serve you better. Remember that? In an effort to save you time and serve you better. Would you rather have somebody handle it for you and get it done, or do you want to take the effort and come out and do it yourself? Is it okay for you as an agent to do those repairs to help your clients out?
No.
Not even no, but hell no. That is a big bag of worms. The problem is you'll have clients out there like, you're the agent, you do it. Well, sir, no. That's his exact term was, he's all, well, Dan, you're pretty handy, right? Why don't you handle it? Well, I appreciate that, Walter. I'm glad that you believe in my skill sets and ability. But you know how you said it'd take you $3,000 or so to do it? My rate's a little higher than that. He laughed. I laughed. He said, well, let me know what you find out. I told him I did. I did tell you what I found out. It was that bid that you went over. That was the cheapest one. And then he lost his marbles again. Cheapest one. So I'm going to talk to him again today. I don't know if he was enjoying in the adult beverages last night or not, but it was a fun conversation. But I wanted to levy that experience so you guys could hear. With no uncertain terms, it is absolutely not okay for you as the sales or buyer's representative to remedy an item of repair. Am I clear?
Absolutely.
You're clear.
I don't want y'all in trouble. No bueno. But good stuff. What about a buyer that's just asking for everything? Like I've seen those come across too. How would you handle that?
We've got that right now, and it's really hard. He's like, I'm going to walk away from the house, or they have to fix every single thing on this home inspection practically.
All right, that's definitely a difficult situation. What can we do on that, gentlemen and ladies?
Maybe just tell, like before so like as soon as you go into under contract, right, you're in your due diligence, okay? So that's got to be like the first conversation right away is like, look, we're going to stick to major ticket items, right? Not like bad paint or something dumb, right? So then when it comes to the Benzer, it's a little bit easier, but setting
And
expectations,
I did
have to
that.
set expectations, absolutely.
So at the showing, I did that, and I said, you're purchasing this house as is. We're going to be concerned with life safety, mechanical, and structural. And that's what we're going to, be looking for from our home inspection. And so I've repeated that again and again, but this buyer's not hearing that.
Well, that's a good thing to do, is always set up the expectation, especially in a buyer consultation, is what you're going to be looking for when you're doing your due diligence is to hedge out major concerns that are unseen in the elements of life safety, structural, and mechanical. Most people don't know what that means, and you can break it down. If there is an outlet that's not working, that's a safety thing because that's electrical, also mechanical. If a light bulb is out, not a big concern. If the drywall has a hole in it from somebody putting an elbow, not a big concern. Easy to fix, cosmetic. If we can see that the door frames are shifting and the house is settling, we have a huge major structural issue, major concern. But when you're having those conversations of unrealistic buyers asking for everything in the world, well, I want it done. Well, Robin, I completely understand that you want to have all these repairs done. I would too, moving into a new house for me. Let me remind you that we're not buying this house as if it were brand new. If you would like to buy a house that's brand new, let's go look at some of those and I can show you what your money would buy in that realm.
That's a good point.
It's a takeaway clause. You're buying a house for $250,000. It's an investment that's been seasoned, right? It's got some charm. I'm not going to charge you more for the nooks and crannies. If you would like to buy something that's brand new and has no issues, let's go look at new homes and I'll show you how far your money goes there. Can you buy at the same house that he's looking for $250,000 in brand new?
No way.
Not even close. $60,000, $70,000 variance there. But having that conversation going, hey, if that's what you want, move on. If you got a client that is constantly ripping houses apart and constantly breaking everything apart like that, have that conversation. A lot of agents don't, forget to say, would you rather have a brand new home? And then take them and show them those things and have them see and fall in love with the brand new things and the scope and the $50 a month in the HOA fees and stuff like that come with a brand new home. And then you can still point out some of those defects. You can still point out the little, chingers on the wall or the drywall marks, the paint that's spilled over. Nothing is perfect. It's an 80-10-10. It's 80% of the house that you were looking for, 10% of the stuff that you can live with, and 10% of the things that you were going to change anyways. Stop looking for perfect. I believe actually Aaron's the one who says, I don't want to sell a perfect house because I want to sell him another house in a few years.
The other thing, Robin, just FYI, we all have those clients that want everything perfect and they're going to beat everything up. They're going to do that. However, I think Dan is dead on, expectation on the front end. You mentioned it, as is. I used to always ask the question, what does that mean to you? as the buyer, as is.
Mhm.
And just let them explain what that is. I mean, you don't want to insult them, but it's just like, that way we're clear going into this, you know, as is. So if they do anything, that's a bonus. Congratulations. If they don't do anything at all, you got exactly what you asked for. So the buyer's always going to win in that situation.
I hope you guys wrote that down. That was good stuff.
Makes a lot of sense.
Golden.
And of course, buyers are doing this because they feel like they're paying top dollar right now, and so they want everything possible fixed, right?
That's the expectation we've set.
Yeah, well, even like she said, even when you tell them, okay, we're only going to go for major stuff, and you hope every agent's doing this, but you know that they're maybe not. I have another little issue.
Bring it.
Related. My townhouse condo that went under contract in one day, they did inspections, and my guy right before, he'd had a leak in the skylight, and so he got that fixed before we went on the market, but he also went ahead and got the roof sealed, and now they're like coming back saying, oh, it's at end of life, it's got like 1 or 2 years, and I'm feeling horrible. Now, I didn't tell him. I'm like racking my brain. Did I tell him to coat the roof? I don't think I did. I said, yeah, you should get the skylight fixed because it's leaking into the house. And I'm just disappointed that like any roofer would just go in and coat the roof and not say, oh, hey, there's soft spots or whatever it is. I haven't even gotten the report, but I would just like, I just felt so bad. Like, if you just put $1,700 into coating a roof, and I said, make sure they give you a warranty, and he gave him a 1-year warranty, and now they're telling him it's end of life, so if he has to like rip it off. So my thought was offer to give them a concession. They came 5,000 and over asking, so to give a concession because the roof would last another year or two, and then she could have a little extra money to do it later. So what do you guys think?
My question is who's saying the economic life on that roof isn't?
Well, the first inspector, first roof person, she's going to have 2 more roofers out. I'm like, yeah, I know. You get widely varying opinions usually on that. And so she tried to settle her buyer down about that too. Okay. But I just felt like, oh, Lord, did I tell him to recoat the roof? I'm like, I don't think it's a good idea. But of course, I didn't know that. So that's a caution, guys. And I a lot of times do. You know, for a higher price home, I emphasize a pre-inspection or even getting a roof inspection because they're free. Obviously, so maybe lesson learned. Just sharing my pain.
Right, and that's going to be helpful to everyone else. Is what we go through as agents that we share out in these group sessions and stuff like that. It just adds into the level of experience that you have. What's going to be more beneficial? You doing 100 transactions in your lifetime, or hearing about 100 transactions in 1 year?
Can I tell you another screw up? I'm not really good at
In that case, yes.
There's one other recently, and it was a vendor, and I think I've mentioned, you know, your words are so important. So the way you write something, and as the seller, right, so they usually give you this laundry list, right? And it's, if you're going to agree to everything, fine. But if it's not going to be exactly what they say, obviously it's good to write out exactly what you're going to do. So unfortunately, okay, there was a termite issue inside the house. The house is already under warranty. They wanted the whole house treated. And so we said something like that it would be, the whole house would be treated. Well, the problem is it's already under warranty. They've already done the whole perimeter, and all it really needed was a spot treatment and then an all clear issued. Anyway, it was a little bit of an issue. And like I said, I would just caution you, you know, like not to say the whole perimeter is going to be treated if it's just been treated in the last year by someone under warranty, because they're not going to go out and retreat the whole house. So again, just be careful what you promise.
Get bids. One of my favorite things to do more in that situation, like I have a house that's under contract. They want the whole house treated. Termites are only evident in 2 areas. So their bins or request was, you know, the whole house treated with a 1-year warranty minimum. Something along those lines. My response was, sellers shall have home treated in accordance to attached quote from Tucson Extermination and work completed by Tucson Extermination. And that's it.
So that's better. And that's why I'm bringing it up. I'm just cautioning guys, don't promise, because then I was like, oh, crud, I think I promised the wrong thing. And, so,
and then make sure
it's already under warranty. Yeah.
Make sure you ask that question, because if it's under warranty,
And they're like, this stuff lasts for 10 years. There's no reason we would go in and retreat the whole perimeter. But
yeah, just tell them. You can tell the agent, hey, the house is under warranty for termites. Here's the warranty information.
And then another weird one was the original inspecting company was refusing to go back out and issue the all clear without charging. And I was like, not our problem. We did the treatment like you asked. And so the buyer needs that all clear probably. So I told the other agent, you want to call your original inspector and get them to do their job, because they want to charge more money to go out and issue this. So.
Well, that's important to have a great strategic partnership with the pest company that you trust to do work on stuff. I have a company I use. His name is Rigo Pest, great company. And he'll come out and do inspections, $75. He's not the cheapest, he's not the fastest, but he is the most detail oriented. And I appreciate that about him. He will go out and do an inspection. If it has a blemish, a water spot, or a termite issue, and it's a VA or FHA loan, something like that, you might get challenged on the lending side of that. He, for me, because we've done so much business together, he doesn't care if somebody goes out and treats it. He will issue another all clear or another report clearing that issue when there's, tangible proof sent to him, like a picture or the invoice of another treatment done, because he knows that as long as, even though he's not the one that did the treatment, he has that relationship with us as the agent, that he'll get more business in the long run. So find a partnership like that and utilize them and give them business and create that, because it'll help you in the long run as a buyer or a seller's agent, making the most use of your time instead of having your clients repay for an inspection, which I think is hogwash.
Right. I found a good, another good inspector recently, Termagon. If they don't find any termites in a home, their inspection's $50, and if the client pays that day, they offer a 1-year warranty on the house. And I was like, what? So, okay.
I have one inspector that the inspection includes the termites, and he does the treatment as well. So it's very cheap, $375, depending on the square footage. $350, $375.
You guys say those names again? Termagon?
Yeah, mine's.
I'll put it on the chat.
I will too. Mine's Termagon, yeah.
I'm a weird agent. I don't like having a one and done inspector. I want somebody out there that is focused on pools, is focused on pests, and focused on the property. That way, I don't want the guy, chucking his truck out there looking. Well, I can check it all from roof to ground, pools and all. No, thank you. I would rather have, I will caveat to my clients and say, hey, you can get an all-in-one. I will tell you that those that specialize in those areas are a lot more in depth in their knowledge than just somebody who highlines it. So I had a really good experience with Michael Walker or Michael Osborne, not Osborne.
What does he do?
He's an inspector. Michael Oakland Inspections. He did the inspection on my house. I gave him a shot because I wanted to use somebody different, because if they screwed up, it was my house, so I wasn't worried about tarnishing a relationship. And he pulled me aside and said, hey, you know what kind of siding this is? If you ever need to replace it, this is why it is. And he showed me like the logo and stuff in it. And I saw, what? Like the dude had such a depth and knowledge when it came to the house and structure itself. And then he went and sat and listened to the pool guy and listened to everything about the pool guy because he didn't know. But he's like, cool, that's awesome. He's like, I'll focus on the main structure. I'll still let the pool people do that. But the fact that he had that deep of an intimate knowledge that he knew what kind of siding was on the house, huge. I don't know who.
You want to get it?
It's okay. Good stuff today, guys. This is a great Friday. I see a lot of long faces. The wrong kind of long. They're just like, I need a little bit more smiles, head nods, thumbs ups.
Dan, I got a question.
Come on now. What's up, Ellis?
It's been a long week.
So you were saying that like you don't use a like a 3-in-1 guy, right? Like if you're gonna get a home inspector, you get a home inspector. If you're gonna get a termite inspector, you get a termite inspector. You don't get like a, because I seen them home inspectors and termite inspectors in one, right? Like, okay, yeah, I got you. Pool inspector, make it a pool inspector, right?
I do. It's only my own thing. I'm not gonna go to a dentist to get my hair done. He's qualified.
Also,
He's
don't
qualified.
forget the sewer scope, guys. I didn't used to really do them or know about them when I was first starting, but sewer scopes can be huge, especially in Tucson with so many old homes.
If they have a palm tree within the property, get a sewer scope. If they have oleanders close to where the driveway is at, get a sewer scope. And I only say that because those two plants are notorious for destroying sewer lines.
When do you get a sewer scope?
I try to every time.
During the rest of the inspections, yeah.
Right. But what you were saying, if you have what?
If you have a palm tree on the property, like close by the driveway or where a line would be, or oleanders running down the side of the driveway, or bushes that seem to be very robust.
Because roots go toward water and then they tend to break the lines.
Yeah, they break the clay. The problem is a lot of the pipes that were put in Tucson in the 60s, 70s, and early 80s were clay. So the water actually soaked into the clay, soaked into the ground, made the ground wet, and then the trees are like, ooh, water. And then they started breaking the clay. And you'll get roots they'll plug the clay so it doesn't leak out, but then the roots go inside the clay and grow, and then you have these massive root bundles that completely destroy the pipe.
Yeah, we removed palm trees by ourselves one time, and that was a mistake.
Right up into your toilet. I had to remove my toilet and remove a tree root.
Never heard of that. That's insane.
Yes. I had to, I was putting in a new sewer line into my house, and it literally had grown up through the last 3 feet into my toilet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so definitely, I love that, Mara. Thank you. For the first couple of years, I didn't do many of them because it wasn't an issue. If the flow was good or no backup issues. But when they're doing the test, they don't have a whole lot of real world, like everything at once, people flushing stuff down the drain or anything like that. It's just water. It's just water. No big degree. And we found one that had a 90% blockage 40 feet down the line right before the street. So it still would have been on the client's property, but it was that long of a driveway. It was right before the street. And enough water flowed during the flow test that it didn't bind. It didn't show any issue. It flowed perfectly. And then we still would, my clients were paranoid, did a sewer scope, $1,100 repair. Just to have it jetted, cut out, and cleaned out. The house across the street from me, $6,000 repair. They had to tear up the street.
Dan, Home Warranty also used to talk about there was an option to cover the water main or whatever outside that, house to street. So people might be aware of that. Barb at Old Republic used to talk about that.
I'll get that from her. I don't have that.
Was an option on home warranties when people buy to cover that part between your house and the street. So just wanted to mention that too.
Did you say that was on 210? You were breaking up a lot.
It's actually Old Republic used to talk about it. Old Republic warranty.
I heard 210.
I bet 210 has the option too. But anyway, they used to discuss that.
Yeah, 210 has that too.
Let's find out what we can get when it comes to the.
I think it was only like $50 too, like extra or something like that, or maybe nothing.
And people can add that, on the home warranty. So if you get a basic one and the buyer wants that, they can just call the home warranty company and add that to their policy.
Yes. Well, there's 2 people that jumped on. I gotta say, good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Nicole. We didn't say good morning to you, and that's not fair.
Good morning.
If you guys want the information that's been put in the chat, make sure you download it. So what you can do is on your chat, if you're on a computer, just click on the chat. The right side, there's 3 little dots that says, or right next to the 3 little dots, you can save chat. On your phone, I believe you can do the same thing. So, good stuff. Awesome. Well, 5 minutes left. What do you got?
Mr. Winters, did you guys get a email from him where he had put a shared spreadsheet for putting things like all these contractors that we talk about in?
Yeah, we had put it in the chat that day.
Yeah. So I've been putting that information in there, but is it going to be like, how are we going to be accessing that?
Shared with me. So your transaction tracker. Did you get the actual tracker? Is that what you wanted, Tess?
No. I got it. I got the link is what I got that he had in there. And I've gone to the link and I've added some contractors in there so that he's got that added into this shared folder. But once I delete that email, how do I access that folder or that?
So what you do, Tess, is in Google Drive, make a copy of it so that it's your own copy, and then just put all the information in your copy, not
Can
the
you
share.
send me that spreadsheet? I don't think it was on that phone.
It's in the chat.
But okay, no, not the transaction tracker.
Okay.
I already have that.
Okay, then I'm confused with what you're talking about.
He sent an email with a link in it to a shared folder that he is trying to get everybody to put in contractors for painters and handyman and stuff
I
like
didn't
that.
get that email.
Huh?
I didn't get that email. It might be a Sierra Vista based email.
Do you guys still share home keeper with new agents?
See, I did that. I tried doing that, but it's too.
Well, you're just talking about one place. So, there's a place to put all your vendors and share.
Right. I tried that, but it's like, I can't, yeah. I need.
Speaking of vendors, I could use a couple of new referrals on handyman. If you want to send me some, just saying.
I'm going to do that, Big Dan. I've got a great new guy.
Yeah, because I'll put them to work.
Stephanie, share.
I need
Oh, okay.
to-
Well, the guy that I'm talking about is named Leonard Kane, and I'll put his information, I guess, in the chat. Is that
Kane, like K-N-E?
Cain, like in the Bible, C-A-I-N?
What's his phone number?
Phone number, Steph?
Okay, I'm going to look it up.
Mine got too busy to help me out.
Yours is what?
Mine got too busy.
Oh, I know.
I spread the word like, I hear this guy, and now he's too busy for me. Dude.
Did you get any referral fees out of that, Teresita?
By the way, folks, footnote, 210 does not deal with sewer scopes or sewer lines.
Okay.
There's not even an add-on for it.
Not the option anymore? Okay. Used to be.
It's not in the current flyer.
What about Old Republic?
I'm not sure. Check with them, but I just was reading through the 210 thing, and they explicitly say they do not do excluded items, backflow preventers, drain line stoppage due to roots, performing diagnosis with camera, fixtures, water meters, etc., etc. That's excluded.
It was definitely an add-on before, but with Old Republic.
So I don't see it in here. We have septic system stuff. The add-on list doesn't show anything about sewer lines.
Yeah, I'll get Leonard's in Raising Cane's Restoration and Remodeling. That's kind of cool.
Cool. That is kind of cool. I guess just since you guys are so sweet, if you get a hold of Leonard and he does a good job, thumb sideways, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know how you enjoy him, okay? That would be awesome.
And you guys know about the rekeying option with both warranty companies? Because that's a real saver. Because I called to rekey and it was like $75 a lock, but then when you do it through the warranty, they'll do 4 doors, I think, for the one charge of $75 to show up. So a lot of buyers like to do that right off the bat.
That's nice. I just did the Happy Home Lock and Key thing, which is the $100 credit. And I went and bought one of those smart locks. Bloop, 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 bloop. They paid for half of it. I was very excited for them paying for half of it. I got the check like 4 days later. It was awesome.
Do you guys ever?
Go ahead, Steph.
Do you guys ever run across the need for a locksmith? Like, say you come across an old house built before the 70s, and there's a safe in the ground.
Not yet, but I want to.
All right, when you do, give me a call.
I have found interesting things in houses, but not a safe yet.
Okay.
It's safe to say that I haven't found one yet.
Oh my gosh, I knew
Dude, that was tough.
Here's 2 jokes to get you guys onto your day. We're gonna cut it out. What is heavier, water or butane?
Water?
Exactly, because butane's a lighter fluid.
Oh my gosh, I get it.
All right. Also,
Dad joke.
which one's heavier, a hippo or a Zippo?
I don't even want to guess.
A hippo.
A hippo.
You're correct, because the hippo is just a big gray water animal. The other's just a little lighter.
Just a little lighter.
All right, guys. Thank you for being part of my awesomeness and every day's smiles. I love it. You guys are amazing people. Go out there, do something great this weekend. If you need me, call me. I'm here for you. Other than that, remember you're training young Padawan or whatever the hell they say in Star Trek. So have a great day, guys.
Have a good day, everybody.